during that season, when the thing happened like that, NADMO was seen to be vulnerable, didn't have adequate, resources to help curb the situation that they couldn't prevent. We're here in 2025 having the same conversation 10 years down the line. And the big question is, are we ready if ever we are faced with such a situation?
That is that's a mixture of a lot of answers to give.
Okay, tell me.
Because if we are to talk about even the very recent issue that happened at Mepe, when Akosombo Dam overflowed its banks, it was clear that there was no adaptation measures that were put in place, which led to flooding in the whole area. As a matter of fact, when NADMO came in, they were more reactive and then gave some items which, of course, they were not adequate, because if it was, we wouldn't have had other people also coming in to support and media houses putting themselves together to even give them new settlement. So if we are to talk about NADMO, well, from my standpoint, I realize that there is some form of ill preparedness if it should happen again. I wouldn't really put all the blame on them, because they are an agency that ought to be given the necessary resources to work. Their institutional capacity, strengthening that same capacity. And so when issues like this happen, it just reveals what is actually in there. I heard this interesting quote. It says that when you fail in the day of adversity, it means that your strength is small. And so June 3rd clearly showed that we are still vulnerable. Ghana is vulnerable when it comes to climate change. The vulnerability is very high. On the other side, to feel a bit optimistic, I am aware that the Environmental Protection Authority is almost through with developing a very comprehensive and composite adaptation plans for Ghana. So not just as if we are looking at only flood-prone areas, but also looking at drought-prone areas. So all these are more comprehensive to attack the climate change impact that we experience, so that we don't have to just, since climate change is already here, we need to find solutions to live in that situation, to ensure that we don't feel the impact as it would have if there were no solutions. So that's a mixture I get. That there are policy directions, there are NGOs, CSOs that are taking some steps to help vulnerable communities to adapt. But we need it on a broader scale. Yes, and if it is, if NADMO is given that strong institutional capacity, I think it will go a very long way, because they are the government agency that is responsible for taking care of disasters and all the risks like that. So